Good morning. We're going to wait just a minute and have everybody join. Okay, well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. You've got several members of the WFYC staff here with us, so we are happy to answer any questions along the way, but we wanted to just give an opportunity to share a little bit more about this award program because it's brand new and we know that you probably have plenty of questions. I promise it's going to be much simpler than you think. So I put together a presentation here. So I'm going to pull that up on the screen real quick, and then we will go through it. And I don't know why it's not pulling up. Strange. Give me 1 second. We'll go through that, and then we'll be able to answer anybody's questions. There it is. Okay. Are we good, Glenn?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. All right, everyone. Like I said, we've got Glenn with us this morning, Jose, Sharon, and myself, Don Nagy. So thank you so much for joining us. Please feel free to say hello in the chat, tell us where you're from, and then we're happy to answer questions along the way. Here's a quick agenda for this morning. The presentation part's only maybe 15 or 20 minutes max. We just wanted to make sure that you have this information. So we're going to do a quick overview. We'll talk about the award categories, and then where are you going to find the information about the award and how to access the application. I'll walk through a couple of examples of applications, and then there's some frequently asked questions we put in here because those get asked a lot along the way, and then we'll share a couple of important reminders. So let's get started. Like I said, jump in at any time and ask questions. So the first thing is we wanted to just share what is the purpose of the Promise Awards. We're hoping that these awards are going to honor and elevate all of you and the work that you do day in and day out to help keep our kids safe. And so this is what the goals of the Promise Awards are, is first thing, we want it to raise awareness, right? You all do incredible work. Right now, there's no other time I can think of where we need to be keeping children safe in the middle of a pandemic with so many disruptions. It's really important what you're doing. So we want to be able to educate people about that. We also want to highlight best practices. There are things that are happening with our affiliate members all over the world that maybe something that's working in another country or even on another continent could also be replicable, and you could use it in your clubs. So we wanted to be able to highlight that as well. And then last but not least, obviously we want to honor the youth that you serve. They are so creative. So many of them have come through so many different obstacles, and so we really want to celebrate them as well. There are 3 award categories of the Promise Awards, and so there can be multiple awards under each, but we wanted to just highlight those awards for you. So sorry, there's someone joining from the waiting room. Here we go. There we go. The first award, youth, right? That's what I just mentioned, that we wanted to honor those, the children that you serve. The second is leadership. This could be staff members, this could be volunteers, board members of your organizations, the people that are really leading the change in these children's lives. And then the last part is programs. We wanted to, like I said, there's so many things that are happening in different affiliates that you can use pieces and parts for other areas. And so there's some really innovative programs happening out there, and we wanted to be able to celebrate those as well. I wanted to let you know where to be able to find the information. So we mentioned at the conference in February that we have a new website that was launched. It's WFYC.org. And so that's where you're going to be able to find all kinds of information and information about the Promise Awards, which is our global recognition program. So if you're typing WFYC into your browser, you're going to go to programs and events, and then you'll see down here is the Global Recognition Award program. That's where the Promise Awards are. And after this session, I'll be sure to send you the direct link. This will be the direct link, right? So it's wfyc.org/global recognition program. On that webpage, you'll be able to find information about the awards. There's a video announcement. There's some important dates that are on there. Those award categories we just talked about, and the application itself. So that's where you're going to be able to find all the information. We're going to direct you here at all times. This is the application. As you get to the bottom of that web page, you'll see it shouldn't be as ominous, I think, as we think. There's only about 10 or 11 fields here that are required. And then each individual of those 3 different categories has a few additional questions to that category. I'll show you that in a minute. But basically, it's just the bottom of this page. You're just going to type directly into these fields. And really, you know, other than basic kind of contact information for you is how that starts. If you're the nominator or whoever that might be from your organization, that's what the first like 5 or 6 fields are. Just how do we contact you since you're the person that's doing the nominating? And then you're going to talk a little bit about the actual nominee. So when you select, the only time this form changes is when you select the type of award that you are applying for, whether that's leadership, program, or youth. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So that will add a few different questions in there. This is a sample application that I put together. So I have a few of these to show you. As I said, the first few fields on that form is really about kind of you, the nominator. So that's my information. That's me, Dawn Nagy. I'm the Director of Strategic Advancement. It lists my email, cell phone, where I'm at, and the name of my organization. And then as you can see here, I'm going to nominate Glenn, our wonderful co-founder and CEO, president. And so I selected in that piece, I selected that was a leadership award, right? Because it's about Glenn. So with that, these fields are going to pop up. You're going to see a few additional questions that are specific to Glenn, right? We want to know his title, where he works, how long he's been at the organization. I showed him this. I wasn't sure he liked the 100 years at the organization, but it's not necessarily that far off, Glenn. His kind of, you know, just some what he does for his job, what his accomplishments there are. And so that's just a basic. And then there's other, the other people that are in the other questions that are not highlighted there, you'll see are the ones that are the standard ones on every application. So the next one is another sample application. This time I nominated Jose. I made Jose, Jose is only about 21 anyway, so I've made him 10 in this case. But again, it's the same additional information as me, the nominator. It's listed there, name, title, email, etc. It's the same thing as before if I were to list to apply for a youth. But this time for the award type, I selected youth. And so these few additional questions popped up for that one, right? We need to know how old Jose is, the name of his school, what grade he's in, any kind of activities and things that he's involved with at the club. So it's just a few more basic information on him. I've decided that Jose was responsible for a cookie program that he created where he's baking cookies and selling them to collect money in order to buy school uniforms for kids that don't have them. So just really simple. It gives you the option of including, it asks that you require giving one photo, just so we know who the nominee is, but you can upload multiple, and there's the ability to upload video and things like that. That's kind of at your discretion if you'd like to add that to the application. And then I have one more sample because we had one more category. So we did leadership and youth. This one, again, same basic information at the top. I picked a program for this one. And then there's a few additional questions that come up to talk about the program specifically, right? Who is, what type of program is it? Maybe it's academic, sports, character, healthy lifestyles. All of those are options for programs. And then name of the program leader, description of the program, those kinds of things. And I added, a photo and video on here as well. But so it's really, that's all of the information for those applications. So it's not a ton of detail. You're welcome to write as much as you'd like. I think there's character limits or word limits on them, but by and large, we just want to have a simple kind of explanation of why, what these people or programs are doing and why you would consider them outstanding and needing an award. After you fill out those fields, you'll get and hit submit, you'll get a confirmation on the screen that will tell you that yes, it did in fact go through and we received your awards. If there's any problems, by all means, you can email any of us. admin@WFYC is one, or any of your contacts here you're welcome to reach out to. And then I just wanted to go through a couple of frequently asked questions, and then we'll get kind of specific questions from all of you that are here with us today. So first of all, what is the award? I think there's a lot of people that are like, well, okay, is it a physical object? Like, what does it entail? So we're working on what the actual physical award would be, right? Whether that's a certificate, a plaque, a trophy, something like that. We will let you know. We actually have a fun kind of competition that we're thinking of doing for that. But basically, you're going to get, we're going to make you kind of an official video for this. We'll give you a communications kit so that you can help to promote this within your communities, and there should be cash prizes available. So we're excited about all of those offerings as far as what the award actually is. People also want to know, obviously, how many awards are there? Like I mentioned, there's those 3 award categories: youth, program, and leadership. And so there's at least 1 award in each of those. We realize that this is our first time out and that affiliates are just getting used to this program. So we could have 20 applications, we could have 100. We'd like to see at least 1 award in each of those areas. And hopefully if it's things like for youth, there would be 1 for a younger youth, say 5 to 12 years old, and then maybe for a teen, right? There could also be multiple awards within that. So it kind of just depends on what type of nominations we receive from you, but there's a minimum of 3, and we expect there to be many more. Another question that gets asked fairly often is who can apply? And so it's anyone from your organization. So it can be a staff member or a board member. And we recommend that you work together kind of with the club leadership, or just at least let them know that you're going to be applying, so that you can coordinate and not have, kind of multiple people nominating for the same thing, just to save you time and effort. But anybody from the organization can certainly apply. I have a couple more here for you. What is the timeline and process? We announced this at the conference in February, and then the application window opened on April 15th. It goes until May 31st. So you have another couple more weeks, so almost 3 weeks, to kind of get those nominations in. And then we have a selection committee that are members outside of the World Federation of Youth Clubs that will review those nominations in June and July. And then in August, we'll have a special awards celebration. So we'll be sending you a save the date for that sometime soon. And then the last question I have is people also want to know, can their organization apply for more than 1 award? And yes, please do. If you have programs, more than 1 program that you want to nominate, or you want to nominate a program and a leader or a youth, we'd be more than welcome to have any and all of those nominations. We have, I think, 1 affiliate so far has submitted 5 for their organization. So we're excited to see the more you can share, the more stories we'd like to share with all of our friends. So I think I just wanted to list a couple of reminders, which is, again, after this, I'll be sure to send you via email the direct link, and to let you just remember that May 31st is the last day to submit this. That's really it, what we wanted to review as far as the basics of the award. We would love to kind of answer any questions that you all have. So I'm going to stop sharing real quick, and then you're more than welcome to either just unmute yourself and ask a question, or submit something in the chat. You've got all the experts here with Glenn and Jose with us. So. Hopefully, maybe I answered all of their burning questions.
You probably have.
It should be a really simple process. I do have a basic Word document for you all that lists all of the questions that would be part of the application. So those basic ones that are the same for each one, right? The nominator's name and contact. And then if you, it does show you the pop-ups so that you'll see for leadership or for youth, the additional few fields that you'll need to fill out, if that's helpful for you to be able to kind of type into that and then just cut and paste it into the form. You can also feel free to submit it in a language other than English. So if it's easier for you to write in Spanish or French or whatever your native language is, please feel free to do that as well. It will be up to us to have that translated, not up to you. We want to make this as easy on you all as possible.
Yeah, Dawn, I'll add something, and Jose can
Please.
chime in relative to translation support or whatever with the applications. But, it's important that we, as the World Federation, recognize the great work and the great people, both adults and young people. And so I think that your submissions help us tell the world about the good work that you're doing. And that helps us position you to do even greater things, hopefully help you raise money locally and through grants and through other things that can continue your work. So, we're encouraging you to submit as many as you'd like. There's, monetary award too for the top winners, first and second, but the key thing is how this can help you, your organization, be promoted locally and in your service area. And I know that, Dawn, we have some things lined up where we can share press release type templates and things that whether you are the winning nomination or not, it's the fact that you submitted is something that you should be promoting. And I think that's the key. If you're thinking, well, I don't want to submit because there's these countries all around the world that are going to be submitting and we don't have a chance to win, that's clearly not true. And if you don't win in a particular area, it doesn't matter, because just the fact that you're recognizing a great person, child, program, activity, whatever, that's something that needs to be promoted and shared, and we'll help you do that. Dawn, I'm not sure if you have a universal mute deal on everybody. I was able to unmute mine, but I'm seeing that.
I think people may have joined after I unselected, so I just reset it again. So if you can't unmute, please let me know, but I just reset it, so hopefully you can now.
If you're trying to talk with us and you can't because of the mute, send us a chat so we can figure out if that's the case or not. I know, Jose, you were trying to get off the mute situation. I'm not sure if you can or not. Doesn't look like he's unmuted, Dawn, so I'm not sure if there's anything that we can do from the host side.
I just reset it one more time, so.
Unmuted myself.
There, did that work that time?
Let's see if that. Everybody, I see everybody on mute with the exception of you and I.
I wonder if I can, let me ask Jose to unmute. See if that works. There it is.
It works.
Okay.
Glad
we got it.
Yesterday and now.
Yeah, Jose, I don't know if you could hear what I said in reference to everybody, encouraging everybody, but on the translation side, if you want to put people at ease, that would be good.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was typing. It was a long paragraph, so it's better that I got it muted. Glenn, you covered it well. I think it's very important for every affiliate to apply. I think even if they didn't win in a category, it still gives them that opportunity to start learning how to highlight the work that they do. I think the social work arena or impacting young people, a lot of times our affiliates or just anybody that works with youth doesn't feel that they should get recognition for what they think they're doing, that it's already that's right, it's the right thing to do. So we hope that they do take advantage of it. But know that we're here every step of the way. I know we have this informational sessions, but if you need to talk to us, you can reach us. We can talk to you about it. If there's a question on the nomination, if any translation piece, I know you can submit in any language, but if you wanted to translate it, I can help you with that. That's not a problem at all. And yeah, we're here for you. We want you to get recognized for all the great work that you do.
That's perfect, Jose. Yeah, I think that the goal from our end, right? We're not the selection committee. And so we're here to help you. That's our goal. And so if we can help you make kind of the best application or nomination possible, we'd be happy to do that. So please feel free to reach out to any of us. If you have questions or want to figure out, again, how to highlight it best, we're happy to do that. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Hopefully we'll be a few minutes early. I was hoping we'd end by 11:30, but we might be a few minutes prior to that.
Dawn, again, not just for this session now, but reach out to Jose and myself, Dawn, anyone with questions that come up afterwards, either from yourself or your staff. Just shoot us a quick email or ask for an individual Zoom session. We're glad to jump on that. We just want to make sure you get ahead of the deadline. You submit something, and if there's questions when we get it, we'll ask you to either beef up a certain area or follow up. But please submit. It's important. This is going to help us help you.
Perfect. And everyone, please look for, I'll send you all an email, right, with the direct link to the application and information page. And again, that Word document, that if that's helpful for you to be able to type things in there and then just kind of cut and paste it into the form, you can do that as well. And I'll copy Glenn and Jose. So if you have a direct question for them, you'll have their emails handy as well.
Don, there's a question that came in.
Oh.
Is there a limit on how many people we can nominate per category?
Right. Yeah, we mentioned that, but no, you're welcome to nominate as many as you'd like.
Yeah.
And that goes the same for each category, right? Like if you have 3 kids and 2 leaders and 5 programs, it doesn't matter. We'd love to be able to highlight you as many as possible, and then that gives you more opportunity to be in the running for that particular award.
Yeah, and remember one thing also that, some people are thinking, well, we may have not been at full service, for the past 8, 9, 10 months because of pandemic, whatever that may be. This goes back to before that. So you can date back to when you were at full service, if that makes a difference for you. Some have done some very creative things even during the pandemic, but prior to, so there's no time frame on this situation if you want to go back a year or so in terms of submission and what people have done, what young people you want to recognize, and what programs you're doing.
Very good point, Glenn. Absolutely right. We know that everybody's had plenty of challenges over the last year, and things have people have been in quarantine or had to stop services periodically or something like that. By all means, you can certainly go back. There might be great things from the pandemic, but there's certainly things before that as well. So feel free to think kind of broadly on how you want to do that. Wonderful. Well, if there's no other questions, we really appreciate you all taking the time to be here with us today. Look for that follow-up email. We'll also be putting this recording, if any of you missed any kind of component in the beginning, we'll put this up on YouTube and share that with you as well. So please look for that if you missed a piece and want to go back. So thank you again for joining us, and have a great day.
Great. Thank you, Don. Thanks, everyone. Good to see everybody.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.